kunja bihari jaya yamuna Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunda Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunda Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Balaba Jaya Girivaradhare Jaya Girivaradhare Jaya Gopi Jaya Gopi Jana Balaba Jaya Girivaradhare Jaya Girivaradhare Jaya Gopi Jana Jaya Yasodanandana Jaya Braja Jana Ranjana Jaya Braja Jana Ranjana Jaya Yasodana Jaya Braja Jana Ranjana Jaya Braja Jana Jaya Yasodanandana Jaya Braja Jana Ranjana Jaya Braja Jana Ranjana Jaya Yasodana Jaya Yamuna Chiravanachari Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Yamuna Jaya Yamuna Chiravanachari Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Yamuna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai go Haribo, 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 Nitai go Haribo. Jai Radha Madhava, Jai Vishnu Paramahansa Paribra Chakacharya Stotra Satasa Srimad A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai Vishnu Paramahansa Paribra Chakacharya Stotra Satasa Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki ISKCON Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada ki Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki Grantarashma Bhagavatam ki Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda ki Nitaya Gopi Menande. All glory to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the lotus feet of Sri Sri Guru Gauranga. Hare Krishna. Narayana Namaskritya Naraichaba Narotaman Devam Sarasatim Vyasam Tato Jaya Mudiraye Nasta Prayesva Bhadresu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttamas Loke Bhakti Bhavati Naistiki Vede Ramane Chaiva Purane Parati Tata Hado Adyan Chamadecha Hari Sabata Giyate Mokam Karati Vachalam Pangu Langarate Gri Yakripata Ham Vande Sri Guru Dinatarine Paramananda Madhava Dhamma Projita Katavotra Paramo Nimasram Satan Vedam Vastavam Atavastam Shodam Tapatayo Molanan Sima Bhagavate Mahamuni Krintanki Vaipara Isvara Sadhyori Diya Bharate Chakativita Krishna Nigama Kapa Galitam Falasu Kamukandama Sambitam Pibatam Bhagavatam Rasamalaya Mahuravo Rasika Bhavibhavuka Yashava Shyamanayam Krishna Paramapurushe Bhakti Uttabade Punsan Sukamo Abhaya Paya Gurave Gurachandraya Radhikata Dalaye Krishna Ya Krishna Bhaktayata Bhaktayo Namo Nama Krishna Ya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandana Yacha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Nama Vasudeva Sutan Bande Kansa Chandra Madhanam Devaki Paramananda Krishna Bande Jagaguru Namamo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pistaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swamiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nivise Sanyabadi Paschadi Starine Banchaka Bhaturubhyascha Kripa Srindi Vivacha Paritanam Pavana Vebhyo Vaishnava Vebhyo Namo Namaha Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Asra Veta Gadahara Sivashadi Gaura Bhakta Vinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So I thank everyone for being here this morning. and also those who are on the Vrindavan TV, and especially the senior devotees. So hopefully you can hear me, hopefully. That's my prayer.
Really will listen.
Okay. So we are at the chapter, count to 10, chapter 51, text 30. So this is about the deliverance of Mucukunda. So Krishna had entered the cave of Mucukunda, guiding Kalayavan to his demise. So ultimately, Kalayavan was burned to ashes, and then Krishna manifests himself before Mucukunda. So we're going to hear something a little bit. Okay. So today's text 30. Text 30. śuśrūṣatām avyalīkam asmākaṁ nara-puṅgava sva-janma gotram kathyatām rocate śuśrūṣatām avyalīkam asmākaṁ nara-puṅgava sva-janma gotram kathyatām yadi rocate śuśrūṣatām avyalīkam asmākaṁ nara-puṅgava sva-janma gotram kathyatām yadi rocate. You can please.
Avyalīkam asmākaṁ nara-puṅgava sva-janma karma gotraṁ kathyatām yadi rocate śuśrūṣatām avyalīkam asmākaṁ nara-puṅgava sva-janma karma gotraṁ kathyatām yadi rocate
Avyalīkam asmākaṁ nara-puṅgava asmākaṁ nara-puṅgava sva-janma karma gotram. So mothers, ladies, okay. All right, go ahead. śuśrūṣatām, who are eager to hear, avyalīkam, truthfully, asmākaṁ, to us, nara, among men, pum-gava, O most eminent, sva, your, janma, birth, karma, activity, gotram, lineage, and kathyatām, may it be told, yadi, if, rocate, if places. Translation and purport by the BBT. O best among men, if you like, please truly describe your birth, activities, and lineage to us who are eager to hear. Purport. When the Supreme Lord descends in this world, to this world, it certainly becomes nara-puṅgava, the most eminent member of human society. Of course, the Lord is not actually a human being, and Mucukunda's questions will lead to a clarification of this point. Thus, the term śuśrūṣatām to us, who are sincerely eager to hear, indicates that Mucukunda is inquiring in a noble way for his own and others' benefit. So Mucukunda is posing a question to Lord Krishna. Mucukunda was very, very doubtful when he first saw Lord Krishna. He was doubtful because apparently he has never seen Krishna before, so which means he has no knowledge of Krishna's being the Supreme Lord. So he was very, very, very doubtful because at the same time he saw that these personalities would simply illuminate his cave, because Mucukunda was in a dark cave. He's been sleeping there for a long time because Mucukunda was fighting on behalf of the demigods, giving demigods a protection. And then after a long period of time, so the demigods, they got the protection of Kartikeya, who was the son of Lord Shiva. And then, so they told Mucukunda that now his service is no more required. So, and then they asked him for some benediction. They asked him to ask for a boon. So Mucukunda said that I want to sleep, because he's been fighting for a long period of time. So he said, I want to sleep and I don't want to be disturbed when I'm sleeping. So I don't want to be disturbed when I'm sleeping. So which means he must have been very, very tired. And of course, if anybody comes to disturb me, I know the person will face a very severe, consequence. So this was Mucukunda's desire. So he was granted this desire, just like when Kumbhakarna, when he was also performing his austerity, and Lord Brahma appeared to him, and Lord Brahma asked him for a benediction, asked him for a boon, even though the original intention of Kumbhakarna was to become inimical to the devotees. He was a demon. But he said, I want to sleep. So he said, I want to sleep. So Lord Brahma granted him, okay, you go sleep. As long as you can remain sleeping, then there'll be no trouble in the world. So that's good for the demons. Let them let them sleep so that they don't cause disturbance. Because the moment they wake up, they will start creating all kinds of disturbances. But Mucukunda was not like that. He was fighting on behalf of the demigods. So, and then Mucukunda, of course, then he was sleeping in a cave so that no one will disturb him. And as we read in the previous verses, that when Lord Krishna came, and he was following he was being followed by Kalayavan. So Lord Krishna entered the cave. So Kalayavan, he was following Lord Krishna, but he didn't know Krishna's intention. So Krishna knew that Mucukunda is there because Krishna knows is the Supreme. He knows past, present, and future. He knows who Mucukunda was, and he knows what will happen to Kalayavan once he wake up Mucukunda. So Krishna entered the cave, and he passed Mucukunda, and Kalayavan came after Krishna, and he saw this person, sleeping on the ground. So he thought this was Krishna, and then he kicked him. When he kicked Mucukunda, so Mucukunda woke up, and nobody's supposed to disturb him in his sleep. So he woke up, and then the person that he saw was Kalayavan, and then, so this fellow was burnt to ashes. So now, and then Krishna came before him, and Krishna illuminated the whole cave by his bodily effulgence. So Mucukunda was very, very amazed by this. He was surprised at this person who illuminated his cave. But at the same time, he was not sure who that person was. He wasn't sure. He could not tell if this person was a demigod, because demigods, normally when they come down to earth, their feet do not touch the ground. They do not touch the ground, their feet, when demigods come down. But Krishna was standing on the ground. So he could not really say that Krishna was a demigod, but at the same time, a person who can illuminate, who is self-effulgent, who can illuminate the whole cave, this cannot be a human being. So he was unsure, is he a human being or is it a demigod? If it's a demigod, he could not have illuminated the whole cave. And if it's a human being, if it's a human being, he could not have illuminated the whole cave. And if it's a demigod, he could not have been standing on the ground. So therefore, he used this word here, nara-puṅgava. Nara-puṅgava, that just like a human being. Nara means human, man. So Krishna, when he appeared on the planet, he assumed the form of a human being. It's called nara-vat. Nara-vat means like a human. It's not human. Krishna is not human being, but it's nara-vat. It's like a human. It took human form for the purpose of giving pleasure to his devotees. So Krishna took up a human form, even though he's not human, but he had to take up a human form. After all, if he has to perform lila, pastime with his devotees, he cannot do that in his form of Vishnu, or the big Vishnu with four-armed form. And he could not do that. And that's why when Krishna appeared in the prison house of Kamsa, when he appeared before Devaki and Vasudeva, Krishna had a four-armed form. He was four-armed form. He was quite big, four-armed form, when he appeared before Vasudeva and Devaki. So Devaki prayed that my dear Lord, please transform yourself. Because people, if I tell people that the Supreme Lord had appeared to me as my son, and they see this form of yours, people will simply laugh at me. So therefore, transform yourself into a human form, a human baby. So Krishna, responding to the prayer of Devaki, so he transformed himself from the four-handed Vishnu form into the baby Krishna. So in this way, this baby Krishna was taken from Mathura to Vrindavan. So that's another set of pastimes. But so Mucukunda is saying that, so he was very, very much interested to know, about Krishna. So he said that, first of all, what did he say? śuśrūṣatām. We are very, very eager to hear. We want to know something about you. That we are very, very eager. Then he used the word asmākaṁ. In Sanskrit, asmākam means we. So first, Mucukunda, he was introducing himself to Krishna. But at the same time, he used the word, he used plural form, asmākam. He didn't say, me. But he used the word asmākam, we, because Mucukunda, he wanted to prove himself that, yes, I come from a very good lineage. Lineage, because it's from the dynasty of King Isvara. King Isvara, he was the son of the sun god. So he comes from a very noble dynasty. So yes, he's introducing himself this way to Krishna, that yes, I come from a lineage. So therefore, which means, please do not hesitate to say something about yourself to us. Do not hesitate to say something about us, because don't assume that I'm just an ordinary person. I'm just a simple person. I'm of a royal heritage. I'm of a royal lineage. So just want to establish himself this way before Krishna. But at the same time, he was also very, very careful. He was not asking questions in a commanding way. He was not asking questions in a commanding way. He was actually asking questions in a very, very humble way. The word he uses here, yadi, rocate. So that if it pleases you, then you can give your answer. So he was asking Krishna this question. And then he's telling at the same time also that if you may please, you can reply to my question. So this is what's been stated here, that śuśrūṣatām, that yes, we are very, very eager to hear. This is the point in spiritual life. In spiritual life, when an aspirant, a student is asking question to the guru, the eagerness to hear must be there. The eagerness to hear must be there, because if there is no eagerness, then the spiritual message cannot enter. The eagerness was almost very eager. So, for example, when Parishit Maharaj, when he approached Sukadeva Goswami, at the beginning, this was his mood. So that we are very, very eager to hear. And what is the subject of hearing? What does he want to hear about? Parishit Maharaj said, Ya śuśrūṣatām to japyam, ya kathatāṁ ribi prabhu, smatavyan bhajaniyam va, bruya va vipuyayam. So this is Parishit Maharaj. He was speaking this way to Sukadeva Goswami. So he said, please let me know what a man should hear, chant, remember, and worship, and also what he should not do. Please explain all this to me. This is what we call a submissive inquiry. Submissive, because when one makes submissive inquiry, then you can get the right answer. You don't ask question in a challenging mode. For example, it's not like somebody asking that, tell me about Krishna. What is it? Who is this Krishna? Somebody is asking in a very challenging way, in a challenging mode. So when someone asks in such challenging mode, how can they get the right answer? Because the answer that one gets from proper inquiry supposed to lead one to devotional service to the Lord. The answer that one gets. Krishna told Arjuna the same thing. He said, that in his humble, submissive way, you should make an inquiry to a guru. Pariprashna, sevaya means render service also. Humble inquiry and render service. And then when a spiritual authority heard this from a submissive disciple, who is also in the service mode, then the guru will impart knowledge. The guru will give knowledge. You cannot approach someone and be asking in a submissive, in a challenging way. So Mucukunda, he was asking Krishna that, tell us about you. You want to know who Krishna is. Tell us about you. You want to know, is it your birth, your action? You want to know your action, his work, and also the lineage. What gotraṁ you come from? What is your lineage? What is your family? What is your family line? So Mucukunda was very, very curious to know this. What is your family line? And what is your occupation? He said, I'm eager to know and to know. And tell me as the heir, please do not regard me as not worthy of being talked to, due to me being not equal to you. Because Mucukunda could see that he's not equal to Krishna, he's not equal to him. He's not an honorary person. Even though Krishna was standing there, and because Krishna just came from Mathura, and then he entered the cave of Mucukunda. But just by seeing the magnificence of Krishna standing before him, so Mucukunda could see that no, this person is not an honorary person, and is definitely greater than me. Definitely greater than me. So this is acknowledged there. So therefore, he said, due to me being not equal to you, so therefore, please do not disregard my question. You are the best. You are the best among the humans. Nara-puṅgava, to say, you are the best among the humans. I'm also a human being. In this way, as we are both human, we can definitely talk to each other. So Mucukunda said, yeah, even though you are greater than me, but still you are a human being. And I'm also human. So therefore, let's talk to each other. And let's talk. So this is the, Mucukunda is making this inquiry. Your humanness looks like that it has been taken for a purpose, a tool. So Krishna takes human form for a specific purpose. So the purpose must be there. We know from the Gita, Krishna says, yada damasya glani bhavati bharata. Abhyutadama adamasya glani bhavati bharata, that whenever there is irreligiousness, then Krishna comes. He said, what is that? Paritana sadhuna vinasacha duskritam dhamma samsta panantaya sambhavami yuge yuge, in order to protect the devotees and to kill the demons, and also to establish the principles of religion, I come age after age. So Krishna made his appearance in the human form. He made his appearance in the human form. So which means when Krishna comes, he doesn't just come as God. He wants to come in a form that whereby his devotees can easily relate to. He wants to come in that form. So he aspires as a human being, whereby he has a relation with the devotees. Relation. Because without this relation with the devotees, pastimes is difficult to perform. The pastime is... So Krishna, because his devotees, they want to relish lila with him. So therefore, he assumed a particular form so that his devotees can have lila with him. Especially here in Vrindavan, whereby Krishna appears as the most wonderful relatives. He appears the most wonderful relatives. Nobody knows him as God. Nobody knows him as God. In the whole of Vrindavan, Bruchibasi, They don't know Krishna as God. They just see Krishna simply as the most wonderful relative. And even though they see Krishna every day killing so many demons, Agasura, Sakatasura, Trinabhata, Kesi, so many demons that Krishna was killing, still, when they see all this great pastime of Krishna killing the demons, or sometimes Krishna swallowing the forest fire. But Brajabasi, they never think Krishna is God. And sometimes Brajabasi, they will ask Nanda Maharaj that, who is this your son? Who is he? Tell us something about your son. And then Nanda Maharaj said that, at his birth, Gagamuni said that my son will have the power of Lord Narayan. He said, my son will have the power of Lord Narayan. So therefore, and because I'm also a devotee of Narayan, I worship Narayan every day. So therefore, Narayan is basically giving his power to my son. Giving his power to my son, and my son is able to perform so many great activities and all that. So the Brajabasi, then it never come to their mind that Krishna is God. Especially the cowherd boys, they will have activities with Krishna. They will wrestle together. And sometimes in the wrestling, Krishna will be defeated in their wrestling. Krishna will be defeated, and then Krishna will have to carry the person who defeated him on his back. And sometimes the cowherd boy, they will challenge Krishna. They say that, you lifted Govardhan hill. I can also do the same thing. I can do the same thing also. But they are doing this in their ras. This is ras because they have this relationship with Krishna, which is sweet relationship. But outside of Vrindavan, such a thing is never there. In Mathura or in Dwarka, anywhere else, Krishna is the Supreme Lord. Even though as a human being still is the Supreme Lord. In Dwarka, Mathura, the residents, they always pray to Krishna. They pray to him. But in Vrindavan, they don't pray to Krishna in Vrindavan. They chastise him in Vrindavan. It's not pray to. Mother Yashoda would never pray to Krishna. He chastised him. He want to bind Krishna. But in Dwarka, Mother Devaki, she was always praying to Krishna. When she heard that that Krishna had brought back the sons of his guru, he had brought them back from the abode of Yamaraj. So Mother Yashoda and Mother Devaki, so she went to Krishna, she prayed to Krishna that, I've heard of your activities of bringing back the dead son of your teacher. So therefore, I am praying that please bring back my 6 dead sons who had been killed by cancer. Bring them back. So Krishna and Balaram, so they went to, I think they went to the abode of Zikubera or Yamaraj. Anyway, they went and they brought back the 6 dead sons who had been previously killed by cancer. And these 6 dead sons, they were brought back to Mother Devaki. And then, of course, Mother Devaki, she fed them a breast milk. And then, by taking the remnant of a devotee, so these 6 sons, they were liberated from the material existence. So this is the Mucukunda is prayer that yes, your taking of human form of life, it has been done for a purpose. There must be a reason why you take your human form. And this form is shiny because when Krishna in the cave, illuminated the whole cave. Because Krishna's body is self-illuminated. His body is self-illuminated. The whole cave becomes illuminated. So therefore it says, is shining. And can I not ask all the above? Your birth? What is your real form? And how did you appear on this earth? What is your form? How do you appear on this earth? So these questions which pertain to the cause for the Lord's incarnation, why Krishna appear. And then what is your work? What is your occupation? So this question pertains to the purpose of the Lord's being in this world. In other words, what is the purpose for which you have manifested? And then, which is your lineage? What gotra you belong to? What is your lineage? So what is your dynasty? You know, everybody has in here, especially, everybody has got a dynasty, you know, especially in India. But, you know, some of us from the West, I don't think there's any such a dynasty. But here in India, everybody has got a dynasty. A particular gotra is there. And people can always identify what gotra, what lineage they come from. Either from the Sun dynasty or from the Moon dynasty. Of course, Krishna comes from the Chandra dynasty, the Moon dynasty. This is the dynasty that Krishna came from. So this pertains to regarding the lineage, to know about the family of the Lord. The word var has been used to indicate that if you would like to tell me more about yourself, which is appropriate, please do tell me. So in this way, three main qualities or gunas about the Lord have been asked. The birth, the activities, the lineage. So this has been questioned. So, and then, of course, the king said that I am not ordering you to answer all these questions, and please do tell me about yourself only if you also desire so. So as we said, that Mucukunda had been asking this question, that tell me about your lineage, tell me about your birth, tell me about your activities, but only if you wish to do so. So that's how the inquiry should be done, in a humble way. If you ask question in a very humble manner, then you will get the appropriate answer. And Srila Prabhupada will always talk about this in all his various lectures, about how one approached the Guru. And especially when you read this text, Bhagavad Gita chapter 4, text 34, this third type of the Parinipatina verse, whereby Prabhupada, I think he wrote in the purport that the challenge, I forgot the exact phrase, he just said that in asking question in a challenging way does not, go together. You don't get you will not get the proper guidance. The question must be asked in a very humble way, in a very humble, submissive, and service attitude. That's how you approach the Guru. And when this is done, then the Guru will give you the right answer, and then the Guru will enable you to achieve the ultimate goal of life. So the king, being a human being, it is a rule that usually a dialogue is done only with others who are one's equal. Hence the king gives information about his own birth, action, occupation, and lineage to our Lord. So in the subsequent verses, because Mucukunda was asking question, but at the same time, he saw that the Lord was not immediately answering the question which he was asking. So therefore, Mucukunda, he talks about his own lineage. He talks about himself, that yes, I come from the Sun dynasty. I'm my father was, this was Suyabamsa. And from Suyabamsa, from the king of, King Mandata, who was a very great personality. So the Mucukunda, he revealed himself, who he is. He introduced himself, who he is. So that by introducing himself And by show himself that he's not coming from an ordinary dynasty, so therefore you feel that the Lord should be able to answer him. Because it's like now you are talking to an equal, because it's difficult to talk to a subordinate. It's difficult. It's difficult to relate to a subordinate. One can relate mainly to someone who is equal, but not to someone who is subordinate to oneself. That is normally the rule. Because if a subordinate is asking one's question, hesitation is always there. Hesitation is somebody who like inferior to oneself. So the hesitation is always there to give the right answer. But if there is an equal, whereby Mucukunda is saying that I belong to a great dynasty, he had been fighting for the demigods, so he was not an ordinary person. He was not an ordinary person. So he's saying that because I can see that you came from a great lineage, and I'm also from a great lineage, so therefore you should not hesitate to answer my question. So that is the main highlight of this text. That yes, the spiritual life is based on question and answers, and question and answer question must be done in a very humble, submissive way, not in a challenging way. So a disciple will always have to be humble before the guru, before the spiritual master. So I think I'm going to stop here. If you'd like to add some comment. Okay. Yeah.
So the guru should examine the disciple, and the disciple should examine the guru to see that it's a compatible match before the initiation takes place. So we should ask questions so we're not blindly following. Of course, the mood is important, as you mentioned, humble. But how do we know that we've surrendered to the guru who can actually take us back home, back to Godhead, and not question? Maybe as the relationship develops, it's not as what we anticipated it would be, and how to remain humble, and at the same time understanding the qualification of the guru-disciple relationship.
So, and of course, as Srila Sanata Goswami, as he had written in the Hari Bhakti Vilas, how the test of guru, the test of disciple should both be there. Of course, there must be initial faith in the person that one is approaching. So the initial faith must be there, because faith has to be the main criteria. And then as Sanata Goswami gave guide, they said that both the guru and the disciple must examine each other. Must examine one another. That a prospective disciple must make sure that the guru is of the top caliber. It's, a great person who is able to deliver one from this ocean of nations. And at the same time, the disciple also, the guru also have to examine the disciple, that this person is serious. That this person is serious about spiritual life. So, and that examination must be there on both sides. And therefore, he said that it must be taken 1 year, at least 1 year of examining each other before. So, now, of course, in our situation in ISKCON is different. But of course, Srila Prabhupada came, who is the deliverer of everyone. He came from the spiritual world. And we don't know nothing about what is guru, what is. I remember reading in the Lilamrita in the early days in New York, when in the morning, when devotees are going to the bathroom to take shower, Srila Prabhupada will always also be in the line. And devotees, Srila Prabhupada was on the line. This is the group, somebody who has come to deliver you. And then he was on the line, on the same line to go to the bathroom. But I mean, it's like, of course, what Srila Prabhupada has done for us, you cannot even estimate it. And that's why I think when Srila Prabhupada was asked that, what fortune have we accumulated in order to come to Krishna consciousness? So Srila Prabhupada said that I've created your fortune. It's not because you have a particular qualification. I'm sure you know that very well.
Since we're fortunate to have Shruta Kirti here, Prabhu, I'm going to ask him
Yeah.
also because, he was a serving pure devotee, Srila Prabhupada. Now we have many disciples of Srila Prabhupada who have their own disciples, but I want to see what he has to say about my question of, asking or examining the guru to see if he's qualified or if the disciple is qualified.
Yeah.
Is that a submissive inquiry? Is your inquiry submissive? I was thinking when you were speaking, when I was first joined Srila Prabhupada, one day he brought me in the room and he said to me, so every day you should read my books. He said, and any questions you have, you can come and ask me. So this is the position, and this is also the duty of the spiritual master, that he wants inquiry, he wants the questions, because he wants to bring you up in Krishna consciousness. So to do that, everyone has questions. Right? We have questions all the time. So to be able to find that person to ask is very important. Therefore, one has to search very carefully for a spiritual master. For us in those days, it was simple. It was Prabhupada was there. You had, I never had any questions. I came to Krishna consciousness. What did I know about anything? What did I know about even a spiritual master? So everyone directed us immediately to Srila Prabhupada. So now, just like this temple here, you have disciples of maybe a dozen or more different spiritual masters. Mm-hmm. And every one of them will come up and tell you that you should take initiation from their spiritual master. So it really is a very important thing for the perspective of the student to understand who he's taking initiation from. Does that answer your question? Yes. And that's the main point in accepting a spiritual master, is to find that person who's following Srila Prabhupada. And the more we see that following, then the more safe one is in his spiritual life.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Prabhu. You want to ask a question?
Thank you for a wonderful class, Prabhu. And if you don't mind, if you can comment further on this point. I remember a Leela with Bhakti Tirtha Swami when he was just a brahmachari, that he told us that he had a guru who at some point told him that the guru he had accepted was a Mayavadi and Srila Prabhupada was the real guru. Yeah. And Bhakti Tirtha didn't like that at all. And he was like, okay, I'm going to get all the books. And he bought all the books from devotees. And he was reading them in a challenging way, actually, to find that Prabhupada's not the way. But even in that mood, he became a devotee, became a disciple of Prabhupada. So we see here an example of he's coming in a challenging mood, but still Prabhupada answered his questions and accepted him.
Yeah, as I mentioned, that Srila Prabhupada had been very merciful, because those who are approaching him those days, they are like the patitas, the fallings, Mayavadis. But Prabhupada was very, very, very compassionate, because he was the messenger, Krishna's messenger. Krishna sent him from the spiritual world. And he has to have even though Krishna gives so many extra rules, just like I was giving class the other day in the Gita, where Krishna says that this knowledge should not be given to those who are faithless, those who are not sincere, so many things like that. But Prabhupada broke all those rules. He broke all those rules of not giving this knowledge to those who are faithless, who are falling. He gave it to everyone, because this is the mode of a pure devotee. Krishna is paradukkha-dukhi. He's very unhappy when he sees the whole suffering of the whole world. So the pure devotees, they can, because they see your heart, they don't see your body, they see your heart only. And they see that it's your duty to be connected to Krishna. So therefore, they are ready to pick up any kind of austerity or circumstance just to bring you. It's like when I always, this poem that Prabhupada wrote when he was when he just arrived in America, he said, how can I make them understand this message? He saw the whole atmosphere in New York City full of tamagun, rajagun. He said, how can I make them understand? This was Prabhupada's message. They said, but Krishna, I know that you have a purpose in sending me here, so therefore, make me dance, So that's the only way to see that. Many of us, we came in a challenging way, We didn't come in a challenging way. We all came in a challenging way. But it's Prabhupada's extra mercy on us, Okay. So, I guess it's 9 o'clock. The bell is ringing. So thank you very much for tolerating my speech and for the great senior devotees. Thank you for your contribution.
Srila Prabhupada ki
Time. Gotraṁ Bhagavatam ki. Gopi Manandaya.